Let's go to September 29th, 2002. And I have two of the three. And they did a lot of stand-ups. They did a lot of interviews on a lot of the news channels. I remember seeing them. I had to do everything to hold myself back from smashing my own television after seeing these dipwads. Here's McDermott and Bonior, and they're appearing on This Week with George Stephanopoulos on September 29th, 2002, live from Baghdad.
Finally, Mr. McDermott, before you left for Baghdad, you said the President of the United States will lie to the American people in order to get us into this war. Do you really believe that?
I believe that sometimes they give out misinformation. Lyndon Johnson did it in the Vietnam War.
It goes on and on. I mean, I'm trying to find even more audio. Effectively, these are U.S. congressmen siding with Saddam Hussein and not our very own government. Then later on in that piece, they had the roundtable discussion. They had George Will on as a commentator as well. Their panel of experts on ABC, on Stephanopoulos' show. And we have a chunk of audio from George Will. Did we pull the George Will audio? Where? Yeah, here it is. Here's George Will. George Will upset about what he just heard from Bonior and from McDermott.
Jim McDermott and David Bonior in Baghdad saying that we should just go forward under the old rules. Hans Blix should be allowed to send UN weapons inspectors under the old rules. You don't need a new U.S. resolution.
Well, before getting to that, let's note that in what I consider the most disgraceful performance abroad by an American official in my lifetime, something not exampled since Jane Fonda sat on the anti-aircraft gun in Hanoi to be photographed. Mr. McDermott said, he said, we should take Saddam Hussein at his word and not take the president at his word. He said the United States is simply trying to provoke. I mean, why Saddam Hussein doesn't pay commercial time for that advertisement for his policy, I do not know.
Exactly. They were surrogates. They were PR agents for Saddam Hussein as they were on Iraqi soil in the run-up to the invasion. Absolutely incredible. And now back over to Al-Hanudi. Our buddy Steve Emerson from the Investigative Project. What a website. Great terror tracking website. Investigativeproject.org. You should have this site bookmarked. Investigativeproject.org. And he wrote last night, add the former head of the Council on American Islamic Relations Michigan office to our report on CARE officials in trouble with the law. In an indictment unsealed Wednesday, Muthana al-Hanudi is accused of spying for Saddam Hussein and the Iraqi government. The Detroit Free Press reports that al-Hanudi is charged with conspiring to work for a foreign government and with making false statements to the FBI. The indictment involves al-Hanudi's work with Life for Relief and Development, LIFE, a Muslim charity that operates in Iraq, Afghanistan, Sierra Leone, and Palestinian territories. According to the Free Press, the indictment alleges al-Hanudi would travel to Iraq and meet with conspirators of the Iraqi intelligence service. The indictment says that al-Hanudi was rewarded with 2 million barrels of oil for his work and, of course, was the fixer. He was the arranger that brought over McDermott and Bonior and Thompson. Another CARE official. We have the CARE officials out of Texas as unindicted co-conspirators in the Texas terrorism case as well. I mean, it is time and time again. You turn around and you've got some former CARE official or somebody connected or a CARE founder that's connected with nefarious operations of some sort. I do not walk on eggshells around CARE. We have a very active CARE office in my flagship market here in the Tampa Bay area, in Temple Terrorist. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Just like Hillary Clinton. I mean Temple Terrace. Did I say Temple Terrorist? I'm sorry. Just because that's where Sami Al-Arian lived, and the USF too, Mohammed and Megahead, who actually stayed in Al-Arian's house. It's just too bizarre. All in lovely Temple Terrace. Terrace. Quick break. More Schnitt coming up.
This is The Schnitt Show.